All right, so now that we've gotten affirmation from Aaron Boone that Matt Carpenter is more than likely going to be on the ALDS roster, which we'll probably find out now in a couple of days or maybe even a day, because we know we're playing the Cleveland Guardians now after they've eliminated the Tampa Bay Rays in 2 consecutive games. It's going to be really interesting to see how they formulate this roster, particularly the bench. And I want to know what you think. I think there should be a combination of veterans and young dynamic players, which is why I think Oswald Peraza should be on this bench. Okay? Let's just say that, there's a possibility they might use a 5-man bench, but it's usually not a norm. So let's just say they're going to do it a 4-man bench and spend that other roster spot on pitching, relief pitching, which they'll more than likely need. Let's just say Matt Carpenter is going to occupy a spot. DJ LeMahieu is going to occupy a spot because I don't see him starting, or at least right now he's not 100%, and I don't know who he would sit, who the manager would sit in his place. So, and then you have the backup catcher, Kyle Higashioka, and that leaves one more roster spot. And essentially that can be between, in my opinion, Marwin Gonzalez, Tim LeCastro, and Oswald Peraza. Okay? Marwin Gonzalez does have versatility, and he's been productive lately, but he also plays infield and outfield for the Yankees. So that gives him an outfield option on the bench. Okay? But generally, players like that, who come in late in the games and whatnot, and they generally use them for defensive replacement or base running. Marwin's not very fast. Okay? Tim LeCastro, super fast. Also a defensive stalwart in the outfield. So he's an option. And then lastly, Oswald Peraza, who's mostly, infield. I'm not exactly sure if he's played any outfield, but he's got the superior bat of the 3 right now. And he's also shown that he can play well, whether he's a starter or comes off the bench. So, and he also brings aggressive base running, elite defense. So it gives him the flexibility to move things around. So, what do you think should happen here? Do you think he should be on the bench? I'm hearing from people, well, leave IKF off the roster and start Peraza. Let's get out of fantasy land. Everybody knows that's not happening. Okay? Sentimental choices, that's one thing. But he hasn't done enough to show he should knock IKF off the roster. So he just hasn't. But his ceiling's very high. He's shown that he could be a worthwhile piece here, which is why I would have him on the bench. And again, this gives them an opportunity also to move if they want to sit one day. Josh Johnson, they can move IKF to third and put Peraza at third and have both of them in there. Which, again, good on-base percentage guys, good runners in scoring position guys, and just great base runners, okay? Have the thing loaded with some guys who can run. And again, this Cleveland team is going to be pesky, and they have 2 very tough right-handed starters in Shane Bieber and Tristan McKenzie. So having a combination of veterans and young players, and particularly veterans like Matt Carpenter, who can hit from the left-handed side and who do a pretty solid job of hitting right-handed pitching, will probably be a good idea. But I want to know what you think in terms of who should be on this bench and why. Okay? Are you thinking differently? And that's okay if you are. And even if you're of the opinion that IKF should be off the roster and Oswald Peraza should be on, you could say that too. Okay, I might not agree, but if that's your opinion, then that's your opinion. So, let me know what you think, because once this roster comes out, I will put out a video so you'll know exactly who's on the roster. So you know what to do if you don't want to miss that, as well as all the other stuff. I'm going to recap all the games, and right now the Toronto Blue Jays are kicking the crap out of the Seattle Mariners, so looks like they might go 3 games, and we'll see. And whoever wins that plays the Astros. So, and the Yankees get the Cleveland Guardians starting on Tuesday in Yankee Stadium, so that's going to be a fun series. A really, really fun series. So let's get into this. Let's have a conversation. Does Carpenter knock Peraza off the roster? Is the big question of the day. If not, then who does he knock off the roster? Let's get into it.